Yes, Pravina, it's all yours. Thank you.
Yes. Very good evening to all the dignitaries in the meeting today. Very good evening to the delegates who joined us from United States and faculty, principals of various colleges. The chief guest of today's program, Nirajan ma'am, and many students who joined us today. Apart from SERA, the other institutions that have been a great support to the students, SAVE Foundation and PMIBCC, Andariki Namaskaram. It's indeed my pleasure to be the host of today's event. I'm Ms. NSL Pravina, working as an associate professor in Department of Business Management, Rishi Yubia PG College for Women. Today, we all are here on a special occasion to appreciate the efforts taken up by some students of our institute who had a wonderful opportunity to be a part of SERA. August 20th, 2020 has been a very special day, having an MOU with SERA, the director, Cynthia ma'am, and also Rishi Group of Institutions. Through Cynthia ma'am, I have learned a special term called, just like NRI, it's more like, getting into the rural areas of India and serving the farmers. Ma'am, with this great motto, you are not just inspiring few students, but also many of us. And along with you, ma'am, we could have a wonderful opportunity to meet Kavya ma'am from SAFE Foundation and also Narendra sir from PMIBCC, Saujanya ma'am, and also Rajeshwari ma'am, Mohan sir. And recently, I could also meet Kiran sir from AVS Academy. It's indeed an honor to be associated with this wonderful initiative. On this note, may I now invite Cynthia Padala ma'am, the director, SERA, to address the gathering.
Thank you so much, Pravina. Thank you all the dignitaries. I really appreciate you all taking time to be a part of this award ceremony. So basically, I just wanted to tell you only 3 things today is about what's the reason behind us starting this activity or the project, the initiative, and what we wanted to accomplish by this initiative. So if you take a look at, I'm always talking about data and how we should rely on data, and data-driven decisions are the latest trend for anything in our lives. So if you take a look at data of our Indian employment after college, you all will understand that we have several students who are joining MBAs, MCAs, and engineering colleges. And they are excellent students. They have high rankings, they have good motivation skills and all this stuff. But after they come out of the college, are they really getting the jobs that they want? Are we really truly employing these engineering students in the right job or the right need or the profession that has the skills of these students? So when we looked at that data, we identified that this is the actual 2020 statistics or the data is engineering students who are getting employed is 46.8%. This is Indian engineering students, and MBA students 46.5%, and MCA students is really low, 22%. So when we look at this, we have to try to understand why is this problem there? That is a problem. We are less than 50%, but our students are extremely intelligent and brilliant. So where is the lack? If I have to question a lot of these people, I came up with several different answers from several different subject matter experts who are on top levels. But if I stream down what the problems are, I was able to document few of those problems, and I'm going to read to you all what those problems are. And those problems are high competition. The minute students come out of their colleges or universities, there is a high competition of already people who have experience. And then there is no work experience. Lack of previous work experience is another biggest cause of these students not able to meet the requirements of the employers or pass that competition. And the next one is fewer skills. We think that just getting this bookish knowledge and learning all about the subject should enable a student to actually go into the world and live that professional life that they have been envisioned. But is that really happening is what we need to understand. And the reality is students who come out of the colleges immediately lack several skills. And some of those skills are like communication skills. They lack technical skills. They don't understand the project management life cycle of what happens in the enterprises or these corporates. And some of these students mostly want to get into this, the government jobs, and they take these competitive exams for a long time just to aim for the government jobs. And when that is happening, they lose focus on the private jobs. And when they come to the private jobs, that is when they realize that, hey, I haven't been preparing for what is really needed. So to fill this gap, Sarah wanted to collaborate with several of these organizations and build that bridge. And was that easy for us as a coordinator or a liaison or a bridge? It was not. The past 1 year has taught us several lessons. We have fallen down, we have learned several lessons, we got up, and we again strided ahead with um, new ideas and innovative ideas to solve those problems. So I want to say maybe 2 or 3 small problems that we encountered. So the first problem is the students lacked training to collaborate. So we had, of course, in the schools or colleges, they only talk to the students, their peers, or their professors. So here there is a middle layer. There is no professor here and there is no other students here. We have connected them directly to the real life. So they were lacking this communication skills, or they were not understanding how to approach these people. So we had to give them training. And then the second problem that we faced is we had that liaisoning problem. So that we were the liaisons, that means the bridge between the students and the actual the people or the rural people. And the students' expectation or the way of communication was not, rural people were not able to understand. So we have to create that bridge and come in between. And once the students approach the rural people, we had to go and talk to the rural people again, saying that, hey, the students are coming for this reason, please help them out. So that is one more. And then the last one is two are monitoring their work and completing their tasks. So all these problems, if we wanted to solve them, we could not do it all by ourselves. And that is where we reached out to other organizations like SAVE Foundation and the PMI PCC. And they have been our saviors. What they did is they became the subject. SAVE Foundation became the subject matter expertise, and they became that bridge between the villagers and the students. And then the PMI PCC were the subject matter experts of project management itself, and they ensured that the tasks are complete. This is where the whole life cycle has come to a fruition. When we collaborated with all these different organizations and brought them all together onto one page and one wavelength, that is where I would request everyone to mute yourself, please. That is when we actually were able to create that true impact, true social and global impact, where the knowledge, the experts, all these people were able to contribute to the people who really needed this expertise and knowledge. And what did the students gain out of it? They gained all these things that they are not prepared for the job readiness. They gained the skills, communication skills. They understood how the corporate world is, and they also understood. They started networking. So, in brief, this is what we wanted to achieve. And of course, we may not have hit the target of what we wanted to achieve and the scale. Next year, we are assuming that, or we are aiming that we will hit higher ranks than this year. But I want to personally thank you, all different organizations, for being a part of this project and making this a success by collaborating with us and creating that true impact. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all. Pravina, it's all yours.
Thank you, ma'am. You are the person who were tying all these institutes, all these foundations together for the benefit of the students. And I'm very glad that we, Rishi group of institutions, were associated with SERA. Now, it's indeed my honor to invite my colleague, Ms. Meghna Bandi ma'am, who is the facilitator from Rishi Yubia PG College for Women, to give a brief about the internships that are taken up by Rishi students.
A very good evening to everyone. I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Respected Chief Guest of the occasion, Dr. Neerja Prabhakar ma'am, the Vice Chancellor of SKLT SIIU, our Rishi College Secretary Correspondent, Ms. Rajshri ma'am, dear Ms. Cynthia Padala, Director, SERA, delegates from the PMI, PCC members from the SAVE Foundation, FPO directors, and other esteemed guests, faculty colleagues, and dear students. Thank you, Pravina, for giving me the opportunity to share some of the views on our association with SERA and the experiences that the students gained by being associated with the FPOs, etc. Our journey with SERA began on 20th of August 2020, when an MOU between SERA and the Rishi Group of Institutions was signed between our Secretary Correspondent, Ms. Rajshri ma'am, and the SERA Trust Director, Ms. Cynthia Padala ma'am. Later, the Rishi PG College students and BTech students were enrolled into 3 months and 6 months internships with SERA. On September 19, 2020, Rishi SERA student chapter was inaugurated. The Rishi SERA student chapter was named as Swayam Krishi. The chapter coordinator, faculty advisors, and the board members were announced, and all of us took oath to fulfill the stated responsibilities. After a series of online meetings, students were divided into various groups and were given some tasks. Some student coordinators, under the guidance of Mr. Narendra from PMI PCC and Ms. Kavya from SAVE, were allotted with some tasks of questionnaire preparations with the FPOs. It was indeed a new learning experience for our students to be guided and to get in touch with the farmers' associations and to get to know the ground realities of the agricultural sector. Some students were entrusted with the task of writing every online meeting minutes. Some students were given the task of covering all the activities on social media handles. 4 major teams were formed: coordination team, research team, project documentation team, and the village coordination team. It was for the first time that the MBA students and BTech students were associated with SERA to work in close quarters with the agricultural sector. I'm sure the learning was immense, and all the students would give a knowledge transfer to their juniors in fulfilling their duties and taking up the internships for the next academic year. Without taking much time, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to SERA for giving our students this unique opportunity. I wholeheartedly thank Ms. Cynthia Padala, the President, SERA Trust, for inspiring, guiding, and encouraging the students towards rural social responsibility. I thank Mr. Rajesh sir from Aleep Industries for referring us to Ms. Cynthia ma'am. Sincere thanks to Mr. Narendra from PMI PCC for his mentoring and continuous monitoring with teams associated with the FPOs. It wouldn't have been possible to complete the FPO questionnaire without his support. Thanks to Ms. Kavya from SAVE Foundation for continuous guidance and patience for supporting the teams in successful completion of the FPO questionnaires. My gratitude to Ms. Rajashri Ma'am, Secretary, Rishi Group of Institutions, for always encouraging the staff and the students to take up initiatives. My sincere thanks also to the principals and HODs of respective departments of both the institutions for permitting the students to complete the assigned tasks. My apologies to Cynthia ma'am for the work that the students were unable to do because of the academic pressure, and sometimes even we couldn't deliver on time because being an academic institutions, we have these monthly tests and other things, and we couldn't meet the deadlines once in a while. Finally, I would also like to appreciate the students who have taken up the initiative and active participation and contributed to Swayam Krishi. Hoping that our next batch of students also get inspired and get connected to learn and be a part of the social responsibility journey that we started with the Sarah Trust. Thanking you, everyone. Thanking you for the wonderful opportunity to be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Meghna ma'am, for briefing us on what our students have taken up under Sarah internship. And indeed, ma'am, let me tell you that there are first year MBA students and also engineering students from a college who have joined in this meeting today to get to know what they have, what they are going to take up the internship from Sarah in the near future. Now, it is also my pleasure to invite one of our students who have taken up the internship from Sarah to explain her journey with Sarah. May I invite Ms. K. Harika of MBA second year to express her association with Sarah.
Thank you, Praveena ma'am. Honorable Secretary Ms. Rajashri ma'am, Honorable Chief Guest Ms. Neeraja ma'am, respected Cynthia ma'am, Praveena ma'am, Meghna ma'am, and all the dignitaries and all my dear friends, a warm greetings to one and all. Firstly, I'd like to thank Cynthia ma'am for giving us this opportunity of being a part with Sarah. In our journey with Sarah, we learned many things. Narendra sir played a key role in guiding us through the internship. He guided us on how to handle the project, how to coordinate, and how to communicate appropriately. A big thank you to you, sir. Also, Kavya ma'am, Shruti ma'am, in every step of our project helped us in completing the assigned work. The work that Sarah and SAFE does is very inspiring. I personally felt inspired of the weekend webinars that Sarah and SAFE conduct to start my own business, to do something that adds value to the society, which fulfills and satisfies my personal self. Working with Sarah gave us a sense of satisfaction. Thanks to Praveena ma'am and Meghna ma'am for always encouraging and supporting us throughout. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harika. It is just one student we have given an opportunity to speak about Sarah, as we have a series of guests who are coming up. This is from Rishi Group of Institutions who have already, the first batch of Sarah interns who have already taken up a task from Sarah, and these students are ready to pass out from their courses, and they are going to get into the realistic world where we hope that all their learnings would definitely help them in building their better future. It's indeed my privilege to introduce you all to an academy which makes students more socially responsible. I was very glad to hear from Cynthia ma'am that Kiran sir, who's from AVS Academy, has been an inspiration to the students in different ways. And we have here with us two wonderful students of Kiran sir, Ms. Shreya and Ms. Naini, who you don't believe their age and the kind of the fund that they have raised. Let us all hear from their own words. So may I invite Ms. Shreya to speak for all of us.
Actually, I'll be speaking first, ma'am.
Hi, Naini. Hi, Naini. Welcome. Yes, Naini, please.
Morning to those in the US and good evening to those in India. My name is Naini Padala, and I'm a rising sophomore at the Innovation Academy from Atlanta, Georgia. I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to talk about the collaboration of AVS Academy and Sarah Trust. Ms. Cynthia Padala is the director of Sarah Smart Villages, which is both registered in India and USA. It is a nonprofit organization, which means sustainable, eco-friendly rural areas. It has adopted 22 villages in the district of Vanaparthi in Telangana, India. Due to the current pandemic, the villagers have been met with serious hardships. As India experienced their second wave of COVID, more and more people got affected with the virus. And since there was an extreme shortage of medical kits, many people went untreated. This made their symptoms more severe, which allowed the virus to spread even faster. Sarah Trust has partnered with the students of Avius Academy to create a global impact. Doing this project has made us empathize with our ancestral country and raise awareness on this urgent issue. We found out that the villagers had to travel many miles just to get medical assistance. Knowing this made us realize that we had to act fast and send them medical kits. We started a fundraiser campaign for this specific need, knowing that it could change the outcome of the villagers' lives. We had a few more students from Avius Academy to help circulate the fundraiser. Each of us made our own video explaining the urgent need of funds and sending it through social media platforms. This method was the most efficient as many of our funds were raised this way. With this fundraiser, we were able to help raise over $2,000 over the course of a month. With this as our budget, we were not only able to donate 300 medical kits, but there was even enough money for oximeters and thermometers as well. These medical supplies met the village cluster's requirements to curtail COVID-19. This pandemic also had another effect. Many lost their livelihood during this time. Now Sarah is using the additional funds raised to implement a sustainable model by providing them with an essential oil distillation plant, with the condition that in the future, the profits generated from this plant will be used in providing livelihood to the other unemployed villages. From helping with past traumas to improving their livelihood and creating new beginnings, these villages will become Sarah Smart Villages. I thank the students of Avius Academy for collaborating with Sarah Trust on this project, and I also thank Mr. Kiran Pella for making this possible. Thank you.
That's a wonderful initiative, Ms. Naini. At this young age, you're also driven to help the society. And as a daughter of Cynthia Padala, ma'am, I think this is inborn quality in you. May I now also invite the another youngster who was associated with Naini to raise this wonderful, to be a part of this initiative. Ms. Shreya, over to you.
Hello to everyone in the US and in India. My name is Shreya Hirmat and I am an 11th grade student here in California. I've been part of Avius Academy for about a year now. Avius Academy is a pioneer institute which is dedicated in helping students achieve their goals by mentoring and providing platform to our best foot forward. In my last year, I have been involved in various academy-led initiatives like radio shows, research work, workshops, and more. Working with Sarah to help give back to the community is one of the best empathetic programs that I've done so far. I would like to take this opportunity to speak about our campaign. This pandemic impacted us globally and changed many lives forever. My family also witnessed several casualties and fatal cases. There was a sense of urgency to join hands and act now, since there were so many lives at stake. We had to come together as a big global community and combat this problem. We conquered the first challenge by making a fundraiser for the villagers' needs. We at AVS collaborated with Sarah Trust and started a fundraiser campaign to help raise over $2,000. When we interacted with rural communities and got on ground with ASHA workers, we got to know that the people had to travel several miles to avail basic medical facilities. There was an immediate need for basic medical supplies, so with the help of donors and other sponsors, 300 medical kits were distributed. The other challenge was to curtail COVID. That means break the chain of spreading. For this, there was a necessity to track and monitor the basic information and symptoms of people affected by COVID. We got great support from various technical people, both in India and US, who joined hands to build a web application in less than 2 weeks, which would be used by local doctors and ASHA workers. However, there was one extremely important aspect to this global problem. Employment. Many people lost their jobs, and running a household to make ends meet come out as a much bigger challenge, and it continues to do so. We as a team brainstormed and decided that funds raised as a result of Curtail COVID campaign will be utilized for creating employment for COVID-affected families. Recently, while I was presenting about emotional intelligence at an aromatherapy conference, I learned that there are several essential oils that these rural women extract, which in turn is used for a variety of health and recreational reasons. This gave us an idea that we could create sustenance opportunities for these tribal and rural families. This will not only ensure the livelihood of their families, but also create the employment opportunities for people in the same situation. We plan to do this in multiple phases in collaboration with Sarah Trust. I wholeheartedly thank each and every donor and sponsor who helped us raise funds for this cause. I would especially like to thank Mr. Kiran Palla from AVS Academy for the constant motivation and mentoring, and Mrs. Cynthia Padala and Mr. Murali Padala from Sarah Trust for providing us with this opportunity and giving us a platform to make all of this possible. Thank you.
It's really wonderful. Cynthia ma'am, would you like to say something about this? Or we can expect Kiran sir to speak something about this?
Probably we'll give an opportunity to Mr. Kiran.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So you're on mute, sir.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks Cynthia ji and this partnership with Sarah. I just want to bring students close to the rural social engineering and rural communities, and the dream of that is happening through Sarah and Cynthia Padala ji. And I truly appreciate the partnership and all the wonderful volunteers behind it. It could be Seva organization, it could be Rishi universities. You are laying a foundation for next generation. That means you are talking about multiple years of engagement, multiple years of their charity work to the community. That is the most important thing that everybody has to realize. When we are giving the guidance to students, we are impacting multiple generations, not only one generation next to us. So that's what is happening. And I truly appreciate everybody, the chief guest of this occasion, and Cynthia ji and Shreya and Naini taking the lead and showing the path, being a role model. There are so many students behind it, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. You as a teacher have really inspired them and motivated them that made this possible. And congratulations to both Naini and Shreya for sitting as an example for all the generations, even us.
Yeah, one more thing.
Appreciate from the bottom of our heart.
One more thing I just want to let you know. We have an opportunity now. We signed a contract to launch a satellite to study rural areas, and that is going to go in August 2020 into space. And I'm going to put a small experiment related to rural areas into that satellite, and that is going to be one of the kind of payback to whatever you were providing the platform to us. And we will work with all the universities that are part of this whole journey. And we might be launching multiple satellites, and there is a lot of investment is also coming into that. Thank you.
Wow, so that's a great news, and wishing you all the success. Thank you, you and your team. May I now invite Ms. Kavya from SAVE Foundation to address the gathering.
Hello, Praveena ma'am. Hi. Warm greetings to all the dignitaries. Firstly, I would like to start with a short brief about SAVE Foundation, so that everyone can understand more details about SAVE Foundation. Our SAVE Foundation full form is like Social Advancement Ventures Foundation. Is a next generation social enterprise established in August 2013 as a Session 25 company. Now it is recalled as a Session 8 company, headquartered in Hyderabad in India. It was founded by Sri Mendu Srinivas Garu, a visionary leader and a practitioner who is having more than 25 years of experience in agribusiness and rural transformation initiatives in India and Africa. SAFE Foundation is supported by eminent and experienced advisory board and professionals board of directors. The vision of SAFE Foundation is to be a dynamic social enterprise that brings necessary advancement to empower the society. The mission of SAFE Foundation is to empower the educational institutions, farmer collectives, and village institutions through credible partnerships with public and private institutions by promoting knowledge acceleration, entrepreneurship, youth empowerment, and enabling vibrant market ecosystem. To achieve its mission and vision, SAFE Foundation works with people, planet, prosperity approach. SAFE Foundation is actively working on the thematic areas like advisory services, smart farming, value-added services, youth empowerment, which will reduce the gap between the industry, youth, mentoring the services will be provided, aligning the students' personal career aspirations. SAFE Foundation has a collaboration with Smart Village Movement (SVM) in alliance with US Berkeley Hands and SOL Spain. We also work with the startups, startup incubation services, and a Sparkle for school children, Talent Hub, where we'll be giving the HR services to achieve all to its objectives and create a larger impact. SAFE Foundation works with credible partnerships across the globe. SAFE Foundation and Serra Trust partner to further strengthen the initiatives of farmer development and women development and youth skill development. We recently partnered with Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University to strengthen horticulture value chain initiatives in Telangana. As the occasion of today's program, from Rishi College, 20 students voluntarily came forward to support the initiative, which is initiated by Serra Trust. They have in Vanpati area. We constraints to complete this initiatives. Initially, they faced some constraints due to this pandemic, but still, they very passionately they have completed their work with the help of Praveena ma'am and Narendra sir. I would like to congratulate all the students, and along with that, we are glad to see the generous contributions by the AVS Academy students from USA to provide financial grant assistance to tribal women in Telangana in association with Serra Trust. We wish all the best to the students to continue their inspiring social interventions driven by empathy and compassion for human development. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kavya ma'am. That's lovely to see you, because all these days we were talking to each other over phone. We never had a chance to see in person. So I'm very glad that I met you today. Now it's indeed, and you were very helpful to the students, ma'am, especially when the questionnaire was in English. And when our students were given that questionnaire to talk to the farmers and the FPO directors, there was, as Cynthia ma'am said, there was a communication, a little gap between the farmers and FPO directors and the students. So you have really given a solution to the students, and every detail, ma'am. Cynthia ma'am, I should tell you that Kavya ma'am was always available very much anytime, and she has taken up so many sessions, individual sessions to the students to brief them about what is this FPO and what are those details that they were not aware of, because they are not from agricultural background. So they were from engineering and they were from MBA background. So she was really very friendly with the students, trying always to help them out from any difficulty that they were facing. Thank you so much, Kavya ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, the students also very passionately like to learn the new things. Though they are coming from the MBA background, but they showed interest to come forward and to learn to complete the task and everything.
That sounds great, and it makes me as a teacher feel proud about the students who have taken it. Congratulations, all dear girls. And now it's my pleasure to invite Rajeshwari ma'am from PMI PCC to speak a few words.
Hi, Mrs. Rajeshwari.
Hi, Cynthia. Hello, Praveena. I'm sorry, for some technical reason, I'm unable to turn on my video, but I'm glad to see you after a long time, Cynthia. And So yeah, please excuse me for this technical glitch. I'll just go ahead with the audio. I hope it will not be a problem.
Not at all. We just want to hear your story. Thank you so much for everything that you have done. So please continue. I think there is an audio problem.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So I extend my warm greetings to the Chief Guest Neerja ma'am, Sera Foundation Director Sidhya Arun, and Rishi College lecturers, students, and other dignitaries in the call. So I just remember we have started our association with Sera from June 2020, and 2 months later we have started with Rishi College. So it was a great journey. And I know it was Narendra Moore who have interacted with our students. I think he has joined the call, he'll also speak. But I'll have to just mention that, as Cynthia rightly mentioned in her initial talk, that students sometimes miss the important skills to start professionally when they step out of the college campus. However, what I would feel is, along with the professional aspect, they step into the society, serve in any industry, right? So that is important for them to be ready for the market or be ready for that professional job they take up. However, they also become a responsible citizen towards the society, and which we usually train them to get out of the college campus just to earn money, but that's not the case. So we should also tell them how much they owe to the society they live in. So these kind of activities, when they get in touch or when they get an opportunity to work in these kind of activities, this helps them to realize what is the pain of the other sectors which they might not be knowing. It's not necessary that everyone knows the pain of the farmer, or everyone knows that there is a particular activity like FPO where they can understand and know how the entire sector is running. So I know, and at least when I've started being part of this, I have taken this knowledge to one of my uncle who lives in a village, and I was just telling him about the FPO process, and I was asking him if there is any such FPO in their village or not. So he was kind of astonished to know all these facts. Similarly, I'm sure these students might also have taken this back to their uncles, and they might have discussed on this, right? So this way they will try, and in their family members too, they will try to know what is actually happening in the other industries and how much they have to contribute to make that sector also better. It is not just my earning and my family. It is just the society that I am living in. It has to be better, right? And what is that I could contribute with the knowledge or the education I have gained. So we have just now witnessed how children from young age, like Naini and the other girl, who are directed towards the social work in other countries. I'm sure it is possible only because of her mother and the country they are living in, where they have good encouragement towards that. But I have to admit the bitter fact that we in our own country do not, at that young age, we usually not encourage them to get into such kind of social activities. But now, at least with this college initiatives like this, I have to say that it is a very, very good move, just to let them know how important they are in a society and how should they give back to the society, right? And I have to really appreciate Sera and Rishi College just to understand the importance, and then bringing all of them. I am very, very happy to be part of this association, and we could impart some knowledge, the project management expertise, whatever we have gained with those students. And I know students, when they are learning something completely out of their way, it will be really tough to handle the things initially. But yeah, they coped up very well with slight mentoring and all. And they really did well. By the end of the training, or by the end of the association, I should say, they have excelled it, right? So there were some learnings, as Cynthia rightly mentioned. And yeah, so learnings are always there in any aspect or in any work we take up. But the only point is they have to learn that this is how the life will be. It will be always a learning path throughout the life. And I think they have learned it. And just to brief about the PMI PCC activities, as I rightly mentioned, we also work towards the social activities, being busy with our professional job course. We also try to give back something to the society, and that's how we also got to know Cynthia and got association with this entire team. So we worked towards multiple social good activities like working for a Gram Panchayat development, or we have been working with the Vanaparthi cluster, and it's around 320 hours roughly that we have been contributing in this entire year from 2021, just I should say, Q1, Q2s. And it also gives immense pleasure that it is not just we are working for ourselves, but we are trying to give back to the society that we are living in. And all the very best to the Kiran Pallas satellite launch on the rural studies. That was a very interesting thing to know. And my heartfelt wishes and my heartful congratulations to the 2 young interns who have spoken. That was very, very, very interesting. Actually, I was telling my daughter also to listen about this, and she has to work on that. That is what I was telling her. And it's very inspiring too. Narendra, would you want to add any points there?
Is Saujanya or anyone else there, Rajeshwari?
No, they have another connect, so they could not completely join. So there is another such initiative going on.
Okay.
So it's only me and Narendra joining, but I think Narendra, not sure if he is there or not. But then, yeah, I'll not take much of your time. I heartfully congratulate and thank Cynthia and Rishi.
We lost you for a second there. Yeah. So assumption is she was closing the thought, but I also wanted to add to how the entire team, PMI PCC team, collaborated with us, and we had a daily stand-up at 7:30 in the morning, every one of us. So we all used to get on the daily stand-up at 7:30 in the morning, Indian Standard Time, and I was in India, and we used to talk about what they're doing and what should be done. So that was an exciting way of contributing, especially from the professionals. And also, I have to say, Miss Saujanya Yelisetti, she is the beacon leader for this entire PMI PCC project. And she really inspired and took that torch and ensured that the rest of the professors rest of the project managers would collaborate in the right way. So I thank her also from the bottom of my heart and the entire PMI PCC. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Even I remember that early morning, Narendra sir always used to keep that reminder message that tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, yes, all of us are meeting. And the kind of follow-up he does and continuous monitoring if some FPO is not turning up and not giving the right information as expected. Narendra sir was always there for students, trying to connect to them, contact them, and get back the FPO in the line, and ensured that all the students could complete this SERA internship. So really a great effort from PMI PCC. Voluntarily, they're contributing so many hours. That's really appreciable, ma'am. And all the students should learn from all these institutes that it's not just the quantity time that you're spending on your work. It is also very important for this quality time that you spend for the society. It's very inspiring, ma'am. Thank you so much, Rajeshwari, ma'am. I still remember the kind of coordination we had for the foundation day of SERA, that we were more coordinated for that event. Moving on to the next point in the agenda, ma'am, do we have the FPO directors and farmers from Vanaparthi?
Is Motibai ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారమ్మా? If not, we can go ahead and let our chief guest, ma'am, speak.
Yes, ma'am. There are not many people who have joined, ma'am. If you can quickly check if we have them.
Yeah, there are about 93 people, and I have no idea. That's the reason why I just asked.
ఎవరైనా మన వనపర్తి విలేజ్ నుంచి జాయిన్ అయిన వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారా అండి మన మీటింగ్ లో?
In the beginning of the meeting, I heard them, but I'm not sure. Okay, no issues. I'll ask them to join, but Yeah, let's continue, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So we are now here to get to know the wonderful lady who joined us as a chief guest for today's evening, respected Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Konda Lakshman, Telangana State Horticulture University, Dr. Neeraja ma'am. We are very glad, ma'am, you are with us today to inspire all these young students from different colleges, different universities, to give a brief about the chief guest of today's program. Dr. Neeraja Prabhakar ma'am has 11 years of research experience, 15 years of teaching experience, and has participated in 22 national conferences and 5 international conferences. Ma'am has taken up the Vice Chancellorship on January 15, 2021. Her major areas of research were Fruit Research Station in Sangareddy, Vegetable Section ARI Rajendra Nagar for evaluation of mango hybrids under Telangana region, Polyembryonic Studies in Mango, Research Studies in Sitafal and Goa, Pumpkin Ash Gourd Germ Plasm Studies, Tomato Right Gourd Bottle Gourd Hybrids, Evaluation Studies in Bhindi, Chili, Tomato and Brinjal. The awards ma'am has received from State Level Best Scientist Award from Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy Garu, on January 17, 2007, for extending her services to farming community at Ravindra Bharati, Hyderabad. In 2010, ma'am received University Meritorious Teacher Award from Dr. M.S. Swaminathan on 41st convocation of ANGRA University held on December 30, 2010 at University Auditorium, Hyderabad. In 2011, Neeraja ma'am received Baddam Saroja Jayanti Puraskaram and felicitated by Baddam Ramaswamy Sarojini Charitable Trust on 12th May 2011 from the hands of Dr. C. Narayan Reddy Garu and Sri T.G. Venkatesh, then Minister at Ravindra Bharati, Hyderabad. In 2019, ma'am received State Best Teacher Award on September 5th, 2019 from Government of Telangana. Ma'am has guided many MSc students and 8 number as chairman and member for 19 students for MSc and PhD students. Ma'am has designed course material for 2 courses, 5 practical manuals, and also contributed for the e-course development for the first years of 4181, and 2 polytechnic courses were developed. Ma'am was also an external examiner for various universities and also was a great resource person at MCRHRD for civil servants, Forestry Department, Government of Andhra Pradesh. And ma'am also holds such positions like NSS Program Officer, and also is a life member in 6 scientific societies. Ma'am has published 8 bulletins and a handbook on vegetable cultivation in Telugu is researched by farmers and students in both Telugu states, 125 popular articles, 82 scientific papers, and 4 book chapters. Ma'am has presented or delivered her lectures in 34 radio programs, 5 on live on radio, live television 18 programs, and 20 TV programs altogether. Ma'am, it's really glad to have you today here, and you stand as an inspiration to many of us. Over to you, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, Praveena, for a beautiful and elaborated introduction. I didn't expect actually this much. And good morning, Cynthia Patala. And good evening, Mr. Kolla Ravi Garu, and all faculty members and students from Rishi College. Kolla Kiran Garu from AVS Academy, and representing SAVE Foundation Kavya, and PMI PCC, I think Shravya, which I heard, and
Rajeshwari, ma'am.
Sorry, Rajeshwari. Okay. And good evening all. So I first congratulate all faculty members and students of Rishi College because they are involving in this farmers activities. So with the encouragement of Sarah so especially Sera President Mrs. Cynthia Patala, so which is highly appreciable actually. Then coming to the actually SAFE Foundation also, yeah, it is extending their services in farming community through FPOs. I am not much heard about PMI PCC, just today only I heard. So I congratulate all ladies, Sarah and AVS Academy and SAFE Foundation and PMI PCC. I playing a very interesting and responsible role in upcoming of the farming community, especially I know that Sarah Foundation is much concentrating on tribal people of Vanapati district. So highly appreciable. So just now I came to know that actually about AVS Academy, which is actually yeah, running the 4 groups focusing like in different activities like conducting the debates and mentoring, coaching the students and creating awareness in IoT, medical and health related issues, then artificial intelligence innovations, then conducting workshops actually related to the genomics or the new technology, blockchain technology, which is even not only business side, in even genomics or the new. Okay. So I congratulate once again Mr. Kiran Garu for their activities, and out of their extending services, I think most of the actually parents, and I say parents also, parents and students benefited out of it, because they are actually going for the one-on-one counseling, actually guiding like each family and students for their professional success with mentoring and coaching, especially with ultimate goal of advancing their career, actually students' career. Okay, and I congratulate once again Mr. Kiran Garu, because just now he told that the launching of a satellite for in the area of rural area studies. So further launching few more satellites, he said. So congratulations, Mr. Kiran Garu. Okay, coming to the actually, so the service oriented, so that is extended by the students of Rishi College. Very appreciable once again. So 1, 2, 3 things I want to highlight. Actually, not only getting benefits from the society, so giving back to the society is also very, very important. So just to connect the students, I am quoting like in I think in the one movie by that is a Maharshi, I think okay, Mahesh Babu. So I think he used to say that, so whatever మనమంతా అంటే తీసుకున్నది మనకున్న దాంట్లో కొంత సొసైటీకి ఇవ్వకపోతే లావ్ అయిపోతాం అనే ఒక క్యాప్షన్ ఉంది, which became very popular actually. So that shows that so whatever you are gaining, so you had to contribute to the society, part of it, that may be in monetary terms or service oriented, like that. Okay, so here so as a basically I am a horticulturist, and I want to highlight some of the things which are related to the rural society and students related to the horticulture. So you hope you know that in this COVID pandemic period, so even every that sector there that is facing the problem a lot, but in spite of that agriculture sector continue to grow. In that one especially, the production of horticulture has been increased to the 326.58 million tons, so contributing to the extra growth of 1.8%. That means increasing 5.81 million tons when compared to the previous year 2020. This year, so there is a tremendous increase in horticulture production. So horticulture, which means contributing, including the flavors, fruits, vegetables, medicinal and aromatic plants. So in this pandemic period, to boost our immunity, so people much aware of intake of these fruits and vegetables intake, they increased a lot. And apart from that, these herbal, especially medicinal plants to immune your that the immunity booster, they act as immunity boosters, increasing the immunity against to sustain the COVID-19. So in this one, actually, not only apart from that, actually, that food security. Previously, we used to talk food security, but now it is important even to talk about the nutritional security apart from that food security. That means the balanced diet. So very well, intake of the fruits and vegetables, which are the rich source of food, like vitamins and minerals, and improves your health and reduce the occurrence of several diseases. Actually, as a social responsibility, students, they had to learn about this one, and they had to teach to this tribal women or tribal people, primitive village, from primitive villages, as well as actually, so whatever they, so they can adapt. I can suggest that they can adapt the one village, they can work on it to educate the people about this one. Not only about the actually this nutritious food and equilibrium food, but also actually several other things related to the maintaining the hygienity and increasing their natural resources, how they can increase their natural resources and as well as effective utilization of the natural resources and conservation of the ecosystem. So that is very important in this coming scenario of the climate change, which influencing reducing the production because of the several changes that are occurring, like increasing the carbon dioxide levels, so carbon footprint. So in this point of view, so this plays very important role, like conservation of the natural resources, especially different biodiversity, the naturally that identified in their local areas, the natural vegetables like leafy vegetables or millets or those things. So even they have to educate these tribal farmers about conservation of the locally available germplasm, because they are very precious because of the introduction of the more of hybrid varieties. So we are losing our natural resources. So this is the enhance of local farmers where they can maintain, they collect the seed material and they can preserve it very carefully for the next generation. That is the one thing I want to tell. Then one more thing is, very well that water is very, very important. So the conservation of the water. So recently, our Honorable Governor, Madam and Chancellor, Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan garu conducted about the this catch the rain. So when it falls, where it falls. So it means a lot actually. So we are getting sufficient rains and water during the actually rainy season. They are going and floods and causing the choking of the drainages and even irrigation channels, and most of the water is moving and towards the sea and wastage of water. So here you have to educate each and every person and the society, so how to save the water, so which is very, very precious for the future generations. So here, so you had to educate about how from the society side also you can construction of small check dams or intermittent, so wherever the creating the pits and in situ conservation of the moisture from there itself in the fields or in the wherever it falls. That is the one thing. Then creating the water harvesting pits. so nearby. So each and every farmer, if he will educate, like, so they can recharge their own bores, and they can recharge their own wells with the receiving water from the rainfall, which improves their water levels in their fields, and these saved water is available during the summer months. So because summer months, that irrigation is important, especially for horticulture crops like vegetables. So which is very important to actually get these yields during the peak summer months, so that farmer will be benefited out of it. So this is one my request to the faculty members and students who are here. So in this conservation of the water and efficient utilization of the natural resources. Then, yeah, actually, coming to our research university, horticulture university's mandate is research, education, and extension. So in this one, actually, research is, yes, scientists by identifying the problems in the farmers' fields that we will consider and we'll do the research how to overcome those problems. Then education, in the education, yes, our students, it is a 4 years course. So in this one, first 3 years, as previously speakers mentioned, Cynthia, I think Cynthia, she has mentioned. So they are gaining that theoretical knowledge. So it may be like agriculture or horticulture or engineering. So whatever the subject, they are just reading and mugging up, or they are gaining the theoretical knowledge and lacking the practical exposure. So which is very, very important. Actually, that practical exposure is very, very important for the student. So I'll tell to the students that whenever the practicals they are teaching, they are teaching by the teachers. So you have to pay much attention. You have to pose the questions more and more to dig out the knowledge. Actually, practical point of view, that is most important thing, because learning is a continuous process. Not only for students, even for the faculty members also. So in this, actually, always we are fortunate in final year agriculture universities or horticulture universities, we have more of practical exposure. So last final year 6 months, our students will be placed in the villages, and they will always work in the farmers' fields along with the host farmer, and they will learn the practical things from the farmers, as well as whatever the technical knowledge they gained in the classroom studies, that technical knowledge is transferred to the farmers. So practically, so this is the mutual learning process. Like technical skills are transformed, that is transferred to the farmers, as well as they will learn the practical things from the farmers. So this type of education is very important. Then the next 6 months, like entrepreneurship development program, like experiential learning program. So here our students, they will work in one module, in their interested module. For example, like summer vegetable cultivation or vermicompost unit, or like protected cultivation. In that one, again, flower crops or vegetable crops or commercial nursery production. So these are the modules. So what they will experience is, so how to start a enterprise, what are the requirements, so practically, so they can analyze that economical analysis. So what is the actually the initial investment, then what are the, so they can experience the drawbacks also while working. So, and they can work out that that economic cost, everything. So in practical mode. So this type of study is important. So once this gives the confidence to the students, once they will go out with the degree, they will get the confidence that they can start their own enterprise, or they can help to the actually farmers with their experience of the gained knowledge with the new technologies. So always we used to tell to the students, be like a job providers rather than job seekers. So professional degrees will provide this opportunity. So you have to work on it in this one, very important. Okay, and with this few, I congratulate once again Rishi College students as well as faculty members, and even SERA President Mrs. Cynthia Padala, and AVS Academy founder that Kollara Kiran Garu, and SAVE Foundation, then PMI PCC. So I wish you all the best and for future career. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. Thank you so very much. Such an apt message. I will let Praveena speak, but I also wanted to chime in. And actually, you gave us life lesson of how to take care of our health and also how to promote taking care of the health and produce the right vegetables in the villages. So thank you. Thank you. Praveena, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you have really enlightened us on the responsibility that this generation has towards, especially towards the rural area. అంటారు కదా మ్యామ్, రైతన్న లేనిది ప్రపంచంలో ఏది ముందుకెళ్ళదు. సో అలాంటి రైతన్నకి మనం అండగా నిలవాలి. మనం చదువుకున్న ఈ చదువు రైతన్నకు ఉపయోగపడితే అంతకన్నా ప్రోగ్రెస్ ఉండదు మ్యామ్ లైఫ్ లో. So this message that you have conveyed with the students, I hope all the students get inspired and start gaining the knowledge of how to educate the farmer, how to really get inspired by people and institutes like SERA, SAVE Foundation, PMI, PCC, and how to do our bit back to the society. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Nizanga, ma andarki kuda chala chala inspiring anpinchindi. Thanks a lot. Ma'am, we have Modi Bhai also this time.
Yeah, few Telugulo tan మాట్లాడుతుంది.
Modi Bhai garu.
మేడం అందరికీ నమస్తే మేడం.
నమస్తే అండి.
హలో మేడం.
నమస్తే అండి, వినిపిస్తుంది, మాట్లాడండి.
వీడియో పైకి వస్తున్నారమ్మా?
వస్తున్నాను మేడం.
If not, that's okay, le.
Madam.
Continue cheyamma. Yeah, hado.
Madam.
Cheppamma.
Madam, మాది తెలంగాణ స్టేట్ మేడం. మాది వనపర్తి డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ వచ్చేసి పెద్దమందడి మండలంలో మాది చీకరి చెట్టు తాండ మేడం. ట్రైబల్ మేడం, తాండా నుంచి మాట్లాడుతున్నాను మేడం. అయితే మేడం మేము లెమన్ గ్రాస్ వేసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది మేడం. ఇక్కడ రైతులం అందరం 20 మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నాం మేడం. ఇక్కడ 17 acres సీడ్ వేసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది మేడం. ఇక్కడ
మంచిదమ్మా. అదే సో ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఉన్న స్టూడెంట్స్ వాళ్ళందరూ మీకు FPO దానికి సహాయం చేశారు. అండ్ ఇంకా AVS శ్రేయ అనే అమ్మాయి, నైని, వీళ్ళిద్దరూ మీ ఊరు వాళ్ళ గురించి ఫండ్ రైజ్ చేశారమ్మా. అంటే $2,000 రైజ్ చేశారు. సో శ్రేయ అండ్ నైని, కెన్ యూ ప్లీజ్ వాళ్ళు కొంచెం వీడియో, కెన్ యూ ప్లీజ్ కమ్ టు ఆన్ ద వీడియో, శ్రేయ అండ్ నైని. సో వాళ్ళు అది మీకు ఇవ్వాలనుకుంటున్నారు. Is Shreya on the call?
Yeah, I'm on the call.
Okay, can you please come on the video? And this is the lady. I know you may not be understanding Telugu. నీకు వాళ్ళు చెప్పేది ఏంటో నేను చెప్తాను మోతి. Shreya, would you like to say a few words, ma?
I would like to say that it's really great meeting, and I guess helping fundraise money to those that are ready to take opportunities when it comes to employment and everything that I've mentioned before. So I think what the opportunities that are coming out from this are going to be great for all of you guys, and I hope everything that we're doing is beneficial. So
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. నేను అది తెలుగులో చెప్తాను. శ్రేయ ఏం చెప్పిందంటే, మేము ఇది చేసి ఇది ఫండ్ రైజ్ చేసింది, ఈ డబ్బులు మేము కలెక్ట్ చేసింది మీకు లాభకరంగా ఉండాలని అనుకుంటున్నాము, అండ్ మీ జీవితాలు ఇది బెటర్ అవ్వాలనేసేసి. నైని, డూ యూ వాంట్ టు యాడ్ వన్ ఆర్ టూ థింగ్స్? శ్రేయ అనే అమ్మాయి 12th గ్రేడ్, అంటే ఇంటర్మీడియట్ సెకండ్ ఇయర్ లాగా అన్నమాట. 16 సంవత్సరాల అమ్మాయి. సో ఆ అమ్మాయి మీకు ఫండ్ రైజ్ చేసింది. నైని, వన్ వర్డ్.
Yeah, just as Shreya said, I hope this fundraiser helped a lot. And with the next steps, we are planning on implementing the Sustainable and Share Trust. We plan on increasing employment opportunities as we helped with getting medical kits and helping with the health. So as the health part is done, and I think everyone in the villages are good with their health, I think we can start off with giving employment opportunities as this COVID, this pandemic affected many of those. So with the plant distillation, I hope that it will help the villagers. Yeah.
All right. So నైని ఏమనిందంటే, మీరు ఈ డబ్బులతో ఈ ప్లాంట్ డిస్టిలేషన్ ప్లాంట్ పెట్టుకోవడానికి, తర్వాత ఇవన్నీ ఇంకా వేరే ఊరు వాళ్ళకి కూడా, ఊర్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి కూడా సహాయపడాలి అని చెప్పి అనింది. ఓకే,
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం.
థ్యాంక్స్ అమ్మా. నేను మళ్ళీ మాట్లాడతాను మీతో ఎట్లాగా ఏంటి అని. వాళ్ళు కండిషన్ పెట్టారు దట్ ఇది ఏంటంటే, మీకు ఇచ్చినది మీరు లాభం వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇంకా వేరే ఉద్యోగం లేని వాళ్ళకి కూడా సహాయం చేయాలి అనేది వాళ్ళ కండిషన్.
ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళు మనకి ఎట్లా చేస్తున్నారో మనం కూడా వేరే వాళ్ళకి చేయాలని, అంతే కదా?
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ, దట్ ఈస్ ట్రూ. వెరీ గుడ్ అమ్మా. ఓకేనా? థ్యాంక్ యూ. Pravina, it's all yours.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I had a technical problem on my laptop. I joined through my mobile phone. Thank you, Motibai garu. మీతో మాట్లాడాను నేను అంతకు ముందు కూడా. సెరా ఫౌండేషన్ డే అప్పుడు మీరు ఒక లంబాడి, మీ టీం అందరూ లంబాడి డాన్స్ చేస్తారు అని మీరు మాట్లాడారు నాతో.
అవునవును మేడం, మాట్లాడు.
అప్పుడు కుదరలేదు, బట్ ఫ్యూచర్ లో తప్పకుండా మీతో ఆ కల్చరల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ పెట్టిస్తాము. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద జాయ్. ఒక ఫార్మర్ గా వాళ్ళు మనకి అన్ని గ్రో చేస్తూ కూడా కష్టాన్ని మర్చిపోవడానికి they have all these sorts of arts that is really motivates them a lot. On this note, we are at the end of the program. I'm very glad that the August presence of the Vice Chancellor, Sri Konda Lakshman, Telangana State Horticulture University, Director Cynthia Padala ma'am, Secretary ma'am Rajeshri garu, our principal, and various other college dignitaries, Principal of Narsaraopet Engineering College, Srinivas Kumar garu. In the August presence of everybody, we here are going to announce the certificates for the students. Before that, ma'am, would you like to ask engineering principal sir to speak few words?
Srinivas sir, are you there? I'm not sure if he's still there or not.
I am there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm present.
Are you on video? Let me see. If you can highlight Srinivas sir. Sir, just share a minute or so. And then we can give one award, highlight just one award and read the names of all the students. Pravina, so just to cut on time. Shiva sir, if you can come on video, if possible, please say a few words. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to say some words, sir, or are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, madam. I'm seeing the developments and what are the programs you are taking care of. And your kids are also participating. And then another who is from another girl also, she collected money and then giving for water plant, purifier and such type of things. And some more, I think the people who are cultivating, those people is supposed to join. I think they are not joined. I think that's what. And the Vice Chancellor has addressed very nicely. And the way you are taking up is a very important thing. I think we'll.
You are breaking there, sir. I think there is some technical glitch. But yeah, I think we can go ahead and continue, Pravina, if
Yes,
sir
ma'am.
doesn't join in few
Yes,
seconds.
ma'am. So all the efforts of various institutes and the students, today we are here to present the awards for the completion of the successfully completing the internship initiated by Sera Foundation. I congratulate all the students who have entrepreneurship. మోతీబాయి గారు మ్యూట్ లో పెట్టుకుంటారండి. Here is the list of the students who have taken up the Sera internship. And I take this opportunity to present the certificate to all the students. I'm here showing only one certificate, but all the students, I would like to name ma'am. K. Gayatri is president of the student chapter Rishi Chera. R. Rohini is vice president. A. Sahiti secretary. Y. Rachana treasurer. A. Hemalata event organizer and social media executive. D. Pujita digital marketing. S. Ravika. G. Nisharani. R. Priyanka. U. Navyashri. B. Saumya Priya. C. H. Aishwarya. A. Sai Priya. M. Shravya. V. Suryakumari and P. Rishika are the executive members of Rishi Sera chapter Swayam Krishi. And the students who have taken up the internship for 2 weeks were K. Bharati, MBA second year, CH Aishwarya, 4th CSC, M. Shravya, IT third year, D. Deena, MBA second year, B. Kirti, ECE third year, Y. Rachana, ECE fourth year, A. Sai Priya, ECE fourth year, S. Amulya, CSE fourth year, R. Rohini, fourth year, S. Shravika, MBA second year, B. Saumya Priya, MBA second year, CH Aishwarya, CSE fourth year, R. Rohini, CSE fourth year. Students who are associated with FPO's project with Sera and Safe Foundation along with PMI PCC are K. Gayatri Pallavi, MBA second year, A. Hemalata, MBA second year, R. Priyanka, MBA second year, T. Swapna, MBA second year, A. Sahiti, MBA second year, B. Bhavya, MBA second year, S. Shravika, T. Venela, K. Harika, Antima Agarwal, G. Anuradha, B. Saumya Priya, U. Navyashri from MBA second year. V. Suryakumari, IT third year, R. Rohini and S. Amulya from CSE fourth year, Y. Rachana, ECE fourth year, A. Sai Priya, ECE fourth year, CH Aishwarya, CSE fourth year, and M. Shravya, IT third year. These 20 students were associated with the Sera Safe PMI FPO project. And students who have received appreciation on Sera Trust Formation Day were K. Bharati of MBA second year, S. Amulya, CSE fourth year, Y. Rachana, ECE fourth year, M. Shravya, IT third year, CH Aishwarya, CSE fourth year. And on the foundation day of Sera, there were 3 students who have supported in a cultural program. It's M.K. Usha Kiranmai, MBA second year, Tanushri Sharma, MBA second year, and T. Parashuddha Kumari, MBA second year. Congratulations, all dear students, for completing successfully your internship, and looking forward for the second batch from our MBA first year.
Once again, all that's.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yeah,
Neeraj.
congratulations to all the students. So yeah, you should not stop here with the enthusiasm, same enthusiasm, even after coming out of the college. In future career also, you have to continue the same motto to extend your service to the especially farming community. Because okay, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Cynthia, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All the kids, I appreciate your time. I know I just want to personally talk about 1 minute about one student. I don't know if she's there, Aishwarya. She lost her mom for some reason. And even after like 3 days of her mom's demise, Aishwarya messaged me saying, "Ma'am, I was supposed to complete that project. Can you please give me the admin rights for completing that website?" I was like so taken aback, and because that's a huge thing, right? So I personally said, "Aishwarya, please, you need to mourn for your mom. Don't worry about this." So the kids are so passionately involved. So I want to thank each and every kid for doing this and spread the light and be that beacon light like Neeraja ma'am is saying. Okay. Thank you all.
Good evening.
We'll be
This is Ajay Babu. Just would like to congratulate all the students. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I'd like to congratulate all the students who serve for this Sarah Trust and Save Foundation. And I wish the same spirit to be continued in future also. And I wish all the best for their future endeavors. Thank you very much.
I appreciate Aishwarya. Really, here I will tell. So never give up, even though situations are not favored to you. Always I will tell to the student, never give up. You have to continue your path. The best example is Aishwarya. Her inspiration and the commitment towards the work never matters. Maybe that is actually like praying for her mother's maybe best soul. That is maybe the reason. Okay, and I always tell to the students, so you have to continue your path and right path. Never give up. Even though the obstacles will come in between, you have to focus on your actual aim only, vision. So that is very important for the students.
Thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely. There she is, Aishwarya. How are you doing?
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah.
And not just this, ma'am, Aishwarya also helped a team at last minute when the team was not able to take up that finish that FPU project. I just got to see her and I just told her that, Aishwarya, can you just help them? And she was the one who has taken up the entire responsibility to end it up even on behalf of her friends. Congratulations, Aishwarya. That kind of gesture is really appreciable.
Thank you, ma'am.
God bless you.
Okay. So have we come to the conclusion?
Yes, ma'am. So before we move on to the
So
nation.
the show strategy.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I propose a vote of thanks, ma'am, for the event?
Yes, please go ahead. I think there is a lag in the communication.
I take the privilege in proposing the vote of thanks for today's program. Thank Almighty for all bringing all these wonderful people to one connection. And I thank wholeheartedly our chief guest of today's program, Dr. Neeraja ma'am, for taking out her time on a busy schedule on a Sunday to inspire the students and the audience in this gathering. I would also like to extend my thanks to Cynthia Padala ma'am, Director, SERA, for organizing this award function for all the students who have completed their internship from SERA. I also extend my thanks to all the dignitaries who have joined us today's evening. AVS Academy Kiran sir, we had Ajay sir from Ali, we had Principal from Rishi, Dr. Venkateseshan Naidu sir, Secretary Rishi, Rajeshri ma'am. We also have Principal from Narsaraopet Engineering College, Srinivas Garu, and all other dignitaries who have joined us today from SAVE Foundation, Kavya ma'am, and PMI PCC, Rajeshwari ma'am, for joining us and enlightening the upcoming batches to take up the wonderful projects and internships under SERA. And lastly, I would like to thank all the students, even on a Sunday evening, joining for this wonderful program and making this a grand success. Thank you so much. Thank you one and all. And let us all stand up for national anthem. Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jave Tava Subhashish Mage Gahe Tava Jaya Gata Mangaladayak Jaya He Bharat Bharat Bhata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He Jai Hind.
Hind. Thank you.
I would also recognize the wonderful initiative taken by Naimi and Shreya. You inspire all of us. Thank you so much for the initiative, and thank you, Murali sir, for being the backbone of SERA. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Have a nice day, Cynthia.
Good night, ma'am. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you.